tanks do tethers. DPS do debuff, healer tanks do tethers. DPS off the diamond, healer tanks on the diamond. On the diamond at the end of this cast.
Ika first. Me.
DPS behind, healers are also doing tethers. Buster. 1, 2. Fireside on the edge, fireside on the edge. After the lightning goes off, running through. Hybrid runs on the lightning side. The middle. West, double knock back. Off the water.
Oh.
Ika.
Badger.
That's a lot of dirty.
They're okay.
I have to stay away from the green tile.
That's fine, you're fine.
All hard cast on Ori. 1, 2. Lightning is safe. Don't cast on spawn. Okay, you're good. Lightning is safe. Go to your fixed positions.
Are we
Lightning
okay?
is safe.
Anybody? So 2 minutes from here is next buff window.
Yeah, let's just hold.
We'll
Figure it out. Make sure we get through the mechanic first. Lightning is safe. 3 will be safe. Wait. Go. Lightning is safe. Lightning is safe. Yeah, they're up south of the boss. DPS will take tethers. DPS take tethers. Top of the boss again.
How long till steps?
30 seconds until I can start.
Okay.
It's gonna be real weird.
It's
It's
fine.
fine. I'm gonna hold. DPS do everything.
Do everything. DPS will do everything. DPS off the diamond. Losing tanks on the diamond.
Extra first.
Or
Me.
tanks and healers back up.
Tech step is under.
Spread them out.
I got the declaration.
Plus Phoenix. One. Two. Going east. Knock back to east. Into stacks. Knock back lightning side. My group's running through.
Kind of drops.
You okay? Edge. South. Sword. On the edge. Watch out for the sword. Spread out. Move in for heal.
One stick.
30 seconds.
10 seconds.
I got him.
I'm gonna drop LB when I get up.
Okay.
Starting tech now.
15 seconds.
Tech is out.
5 seconds.
Oh, what?
Not bad. A lot of deaths. Not a big deal.
What got it? What was that big?
The first 3-person kill on Pineax. I don't know what happened.
Like what got people is what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
I clicked on arm's length, but it didn't. I think what I did is I held the click and then moved it off of arm's length, so it didn't actually register.
gotcha. Like, I just want to make sure that it's like it's not something that we're
It's not
putting
something
ourselves in.
strat.
Yeah, it's not a strat thing that we're putting ourselves in a wonky like. Well,
Nah.
if we get this one, we just wipe. So
Alright.
Out of curiosity,
Yeah.
when
What's up?
we had to spread with green on the knockback side,
Yes.
was there ever a way that we had to spread out? Because I know people were dead. and I
no,
was trying to-
we don't have that figured actually.
That's
That's something that happens occasionally where we've got Extro and Badger are sides, and I'm supposed to be at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as soon as one of the sides gets taken up, I am just kind of out of luck.
Yeah.
I think there was a picture less posted once.
Maybe.
If I'm not mistaken.
I'd say luckily people were dead and I was able to just YOLO it, but
Yeah.
I can find the picture really quick. On threads archived 4S. List. Oh my god, can't do fucking search on the streamer. Kill me.
I mean it's not a big
It's
deal.
not that
right?
big of a deal. I'll just like I really don't mind stacking the DPS right now. I just throw some more axes is all. Like
Okay, found the picture, but yeah.
Yeah, when I'm staying behind, I don't even bother trying to get in close. I just cast Holy Spirit.
Ah, okay. Underneath, that's right. Okay.
Alright.
okay, do we define melee 1 and melee 2 as whoever the poison side is on? Like that's what I'm just trying to figure out.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Part of our issue is
So-
whenever it's spread, we also just start centering the boss because he also does other mechanics. So it's kind of rolling. You can't really chase him.
that's fine, like, but at the very least, I can have I can say, should I start heading towards melee? Like, Badger can say I need to be directly under the boss. I can say I need to be max melee from the butt. Like, I can work with that, and kind of try to walk in a little more. But like, it's the, I want to get hits in. Oh, there's green Badgers in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, is kind of what ends up happening a lot of times. So, all right, here we go.
tanks and healers will do tethers. DPS will do debuff. Tanks and healers on the diamond, DPS off the diamond.
Sorry.
Extra first. Not me.
DPS behind, tanks and healers do tethers. Move in for a heal. Hit busters next. One. West. Fireside on the edge. After lightning goes off, microphones through. Go. Knock back, I'll get her. East, double knockback. Poison tile?
Poison.
Or all
Center.
Two-hit buster. Thank you. Gathering close and AoE healing tier 3. Fire is safe. Okay. I'm just gonna say wall this one. Yeah. Okay, that's can't surprise that one.
Just unlucky reses into launch
Yeah.
transcendence, or okay.
Yeah. By the time Minka spawned the first time, she was like on the other side of the map, so I couldn't hit her with any single target heals.
No, yeah, like
Happens. Alright.
I
Go
mean,
again.
I guess would the solution actually have been to delay the res? Like you're sending the res so that she res at a different location?
Potentially, but I don't know for sure.
I guess so long as fire is accounted for, should we just hold off on, like if it's one person, should we hold the res until after
Yeah, that's fine. Normally it won't be a problem.
I like Miku's strat better.
Agreed. Alright.
Did you get clipped by the fire tile, Minku? Gotcha. Tank healer tethers.
DPS shrew.
debuff.
DPS off the diamond, tanks healers on the diamond. And
Ika first. Not me.
DPS behind, tanks and healers are doing tethers. Move in. Buster. 1. North. Fireside on the edge. After lightning goes through, my group runs across, everyone ends up on lightning. Move. I'll get him. West. Double knockback. Good. Sorry. Yeah, he's right. That was a buster. 1. 2.
You pull him a little bit, and then I'll rogue.
Yep. Oh, no, no.
Water is safe. Water is safe. Simon's down. Water is safe.
He's gonna spin as soon as he's done.
1 would be safe after all the orbs. Wait. Go. Water is safe. Water is safe. Go south of the boss. DPS will do tethers? Or tanks and healers will do tethers, sorry, my bad.
Iga's got a tether.
Yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. Oh,
Everybody dead.
I'm in my head.
Did somebody not step in to have the DPS step back?
I probably said the wrong call and then people moved.
Alright,
I definitely said the wrong thing.
that's fine. That's why it's important for everyone to learn the mechanic. And learn to tune you out. Yeah, focus on the towers. Don't, like, ignore his call out, focus on the towers specifically, like, for that.
DPS will do tethers. DPS will do everything. Makes some healers on the diamond. DPS off the diamond.
Clarify my statement. I mean, use it as a confirmation.
DPS do everything.
Badger first. The next rope.
Healers
Oh
and tanks
my
counter
God.
DPS. Others out. Shoot it, Buster. 1, 2. West. Fireside on the edge. After lightning goes through, my group runs across. Go. West. Double knockback.
Red.
Be off the lightning, or poison tile. Good buster.
Check this out.
1, 2. Poison is safe. Poison is safe.
Poison is safe.
Poison.
Brought to you by Irie Song.
True. Poison is safe. You'll be going to 1 after the orbs. Go. Poison is safe. Oh, I ran too fast.
And too fast.
It's fine. I'm up.
I have no mitigation to help with healing or anything like that.
I got this one. There's some wings.
Okay. Be south of the boss.
Check the towers first.
Tanks and healers will do tethers. Tanks and healers will do tethers.
Dodge and move.
Go south of the boss.
Check this out.
DPS schmoo.
DPS smooth, tanks and healers, tethers. Tanks and healers on the diamond.
Tanks and healers on the-
You
Yep.
go first. Then me.
DPS behind. That's about all I have for you.
I have Curing Waltz if everyone stacks up.
Yeah, stack up. Alright. You hit Buster?
You can save the Benny for something else, I'll be fine.
Sure. South.
Sorry guys.
Not back first, not back first. Boo!
Fireside on the edge. After lightning goes across, my group runs through. Go. In. Knock back. west side. With sword, knock back, then go to the edges.
With sword, there's poison here.
Off the poison tile.
Get away from me, beam!
Sorry guys.
Okay. And then Bailey's until the end.
Attack.
I don't have bail up.
I should.
Shit, it's almost out.
Yeah, good.
We're done.
Nice.
What my LB?
Would you fucking leave, sir?
Get him out of here.
Go away!
I wonder if they do it until you can't do damage. I guess they'll probably just go down to the 49%, is how they actually do the tracking there.
Yeah.
Which is sad because I had a lot of DPS show up after that.
I had.
Sit in our window with 2 ICs show up.
I really should get super ethers, huh? Holy shit.
The log will upload until we wipe.
Hey Meal, how do you
Yeah.
process the tower phase? Like, how do you?
Like, how do I think about it?
Yeah.
I look at what role is in the tower. First tower, that tells me who gets tethered. And then that does tethers, right? And then I look at the role in the second set of towers and it tells me who gets debuff. That's ideally how I do it. If I get flip-flopped, I revert back to first mechanic where it's like opposites, which is why you heard me call out that one time DPS.
No, yeah. So like, I wanted to make sure like your process, because yeah, you just ignore the X's and call out what's in the tower is the people who do that mechanic later.
Yeah.
Or
shit.
like you call out who's in the tower to do the mechanic. So I didn't want to. I'm not trying to. I know that you're processing and calling it out, and I appreciate it. I'm not trying to shit on like what you're doing.
Yeah, it's just
if,
a little
if you're gonna do it, I want it to be right though. Is the
No, yeah.
that right?
I'm pretty sure I wrote you that notepad doc, right? Outlining the mechanics with the sword and everything. I hope I was right after that one. I remember I DM'd you and I was like, this is how the mechanic works, and like this is how Worlds first thought about it, right? And you're like, yeah, and I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, well, there was certain logic. Well, I corrected you because it's like, technically that is correct, but your logic is wrong.
Yeah.
So when you're trying to like jump through certain things, it's not accurate.
You may be correct, but it doesn't make you right.
It's actually, that statement does apply.
Got him. Got my ass. Damn.
All right. Is there anything that we need to talk about here other than just kind of getting the practice?
Just remember, for a 3, I'm gonna stand about here. Ika and Miku move up 1 diamond, so like here, here. That way, you guys won't get clipped by the kick when I'm baiting over here. Then Origami will come to the wall. I'll run across. Yeah, actually, I haven't made it past that point, so.
Yeah, and as far as a minor optimization for Miku and Ika, it's basically if you can, you want to be as close to the center with your tower, like I say center line. That's probably a better statement, to the center line with regards to your tower. So if the tower is like a bubble that's pretty big, and you can be like right here and still take the tower, this is where you want to stand. If that makes sense.
The tower spawned initially, so if anything, you can just go and see what this is, see what happens.
So I don't think that you should be like, if melee is doing their job right, you shouldn't be within range of the triangle.
I'm gonna get Ika.
Yeah, like.
I mean, you have a pretty good track record of it so far.
I'll fucking do it again.
Melee should be on the flank, not the rear. Even if they have a rear positional, they should be using True North at that point. Like, that is how we should do this. So.
All right.
Let's
get them going.
Remember, for tethers, specifically if you're a tether, you want to run out as fast as possible to get the break.
Hey, let's do some pulling on the table.
Because, and I say that for myself as well. because that's one of the things that ends up killing us. The fire comes out late or something, and then the group is slow to move. Like we had yesterday with the Dark Tether popping late and giving everybody a vuln debuff that continued on.
Sounds good.
We probably don't need to worry about it for this pull, but check your food.
Where do you asylum at, Meal?
Near far.
Okay.
Another AoE. East-west.
Don't know why he's crooked. Like he's like off center.
Fine. Move. Move. Watching your far. Here, tanks in, everyone else out. Move in. Tank buster first. It is north-south. Red healer tank will break first.
I'm fire with Ika. I am fire with.
North-south. Red healer tank will break first.
We're not breaking.
Oh,
We're all dead.
that's okay. That's the tragedy of having me stacked for dark design. You don't get a lot of room to look above your heads.
We've got time. We could do a soft spread.
Yeah, I do a
Because-
soft spread because I like hover here. If you're here, like I hover here and I look above.
Like, if it makes
AO
sense
is
specifically
on
for tanks
southwest,
and healers to
southeast.
kind of like be a little, a little soft spread in the directions you need to go. Like, we can do that. There's lots of time before that AoE actually comes out. Before the time between when he throws the marker over your head to where the AoE comes out is actually a decent amount of time, because we have the time of running out, the tether snapping, and then it doesn't actually throw an AoE on the ground until that tether does its AoE pop. So there's like a decent, it's still like, all of 3 GCDs, but that's like
lives in the tower.
Alright, self some purple self.
Does everybody know where to go?
Yes. No, this is two people who fucked up knew where to go. Now know where to go.
Okay.
Red Hank really threw me for a loop. Don't worry about it. Oh, here's me too.
The default that came with it.
That's not the default.
Really good at solving mysteries. The only one I can't solve is Tower Ultimate Legends. By the way.
AoE. Or south.
The saying, you give enough monkeys typewriters, eventually one of them will write a Shakespeare play.
I thought you had to get the combination of all of them.
Move. Move again. Watch near far. Here, tanks in, everyone else out. AoE or tank buster? Let's think about the one.
You know,
It
it's
is an
AoE.
AoE tank buster, you are right.
Dumbass monkeys threw me off. North south, red tank healer will break first. North south, red tank healer will break first.
Left red.
I am green with Ika, green with Ika.
North south.
There's only two of us extra.
Move in.
The
What?
tank healer is not going to the right place.
Have extra. Okay.
Everyone's up.
Range pre-position west side.
Good God, so many cleaves in there.
Stay in the hitbox until the end of the cast. Up to your tower, knockback resistance. Move.
The win.
Okay.
Ika
So-
needed to be closer, I think.
Everyone in, tanks
Yeah,
out.
so, okay. This was also a question that we were supposed to solve for, oh my god,
Oh!
murder people.
Oh, we needed the data for it, like what the
Yeah,
timeline was on that.
So, well, so there's a couple of ways, because what happens is that melees also want to preserve uptime, so technically they could all dash in, but if they
Well,
catch
no,
first,
well,
they get
melee's
out.
missed our towers, didn't we?
Oh, we caught our
No.
towers.
I thought we did it right.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked like he caught
Okay.
the towers, but
So
then
it is
also
towers,
he
then
nerfed-
Earthshakers?
Okay,
Yeah.
so, okay.
Okay.
So, what is the order we wanted? Because that's the furthest we've gotten, actually, like in terms of mechanics, so it is kick,
It is an AoE
first
tank buster,
towers,
you are right.
right? Earthshakers. First towers, what is it?
Knockback, second towers, Earthshakers.
Yeah, Earthshakers. KB, second towers, Earthshakers. So,
God, so many cleaves. So in that
How-
case, we would.
so in that case, right? Go, yeah, go.
No, I guess how far away was Ika from the?
Ika did not move, so she was standing about here.
Yeah.
It's,
So how far
close.
away was she from the boss's hitbox?
give me
Was
one
my
second.
question.
Looked about a little more than max melee.
So I guess the question is like, whether there's a position where she doesn't have to move, right? In an ideal world. The non-ideal world that we live in is probably one where she walks into just on the hitbox.
That would be my assumption, right? Because basically the logic is you gap close, you back up a little bit, right, to max melee. Like all the melees gap close, back up a little bit to max melee, and then the
Well,
Ori, Miku, and Ika are on the hitbox.
So that position
guys.
there, okay, that vector Weiss was throwing me off in your fucking target, where your target is.
Yeah, I think also Ika moved one diamond too far. Right? She doesn't have to move down to the line she was at. She could have been up a little
Okay,
bit.
so I did
closer.
observe this. So the tower spawns here, right? The radius makes it such that the farthest you can go is about here, where I'm standing right now. And so ideally she ends up here, roughly. Otherwise the kick might clip her if she's like here-ish. So if she's here, right? The logic for putting her here in the first place was that after I take the kick, I run to the other side of the diamond, and her and Miku don't have to move, because by default they are the closest.
They're
to
the
the
closest
boss.
to the boss. Yes.
Yeah, but now that we know that the melees have enough time to gap close and keep uptime, right? The question is, should she move her movement from tower, stand here, then move in, and make this like essentially like a little Pythagorean theorem triangle, right? Like that would be like a way to resolve that.
Well, I wouldn't even go.
I mean, if Ika stood, let's see, right here.
Because where did you stand
Wait,
for
actually,
the
yeah,
boss?
she's
Because
right
it
here.
looks like you were like right here,
Yeah,
right?
because
Yeah.
if
Me?
boss is jumping to 2, like meme, as long as you're not in that little purple spot in the triangle, I should be able to.
Oh, because you're thinking like, is the kick centered on you, or is it centered on?
It centers on you. It centers where you are. So if as long as you're not here, I can go here. That's fine.
Yeah, because well, for me
So
it
you
doesn't
could
matter.
be
'Cause
like
basically,
here.
yeah, basically what happens for me is I take this spot, I take the kick, and I just run away from the boss, and that's fine with me. I don't care about that.
Right.
The
But I'm saying
question is,
to bait it so that Ika can be closer to the boss without having. You can be farther to the wall as long as I have.
Oh, I see.
Because if you're saying like so it goes 1, 2, 3, and then the tower is close here, right?
So tower is here. No,
Yeah.
sorry, is it here or here?
Well,
I think it's here.
Regardless, this diamond is safe as long as meme is farther.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Is so like this is where the boss gets cut off, right? And so if Ika is right here, right, and you are going to be a little
kind
further
of slide
forward.
cast your way a little bit in.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, if I stood here, right, it would be fine for you.
That would be. You could even back up a little bit more.
Okay, but
I
like,
should be fine.
In principle, this spot makes it so that Ika and Miku are both safe on those diamonds, right?
Yeah,
on the diamonds that
because
she's
he's kind of, it's gonna be, there's gonna be an arc we can go ahead and do like a map layout and math later. For right now, we can have them cheat a little, a little inward.
Lift forward.
Yeah, like, but they don't have to go as far, right?
Yeah.
Like cheat in, and then that way you're absolutely the furthest. Because we would need to do math with radii and all of that, and I don't like that'll take too long for right now. But and that way they can cheat in, they can still the earth shakles will come out this way, and if all of the melees sit on the butt, then we should be fine. We would want to go to max melee, so I like what Minku did sitting on the side there. So if Ika could do the same, and of course this is going to be like trial and error, and yes, Ika. So all 8 people have to. So 2 people take a kick, and then the other 6 are taking the earth shakers. Does that make sense?
So the logic is, Victor, you take the first kick. The range towers resolve with knockback and earthshakers on the melees, right? Then I take the second kick. The ranged are moving out after that point, or before that point, before I take the kick, right? Or technically, they might not have to move at all. The melees gap close in, and then you guys back up a little bit for max melee, and hopefully that makes it in such a way that you can preserve uptime the entire time.
And Meal, you're streaming, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I want to look at your stream later. If you can make sure you get some angles far
Okay.
away and above kind of the towers.
Okay, can do.
No, Earthshakers killed
Everybody south, basically. All the melees, I think, got hit by the Earthshaker.
I lived, bitch.
But you got hit by it.
I did get hit, but there was a lot of low health,
Yeah.
but I didn't see as much death as people are talking about. But
Yeah, it's because when Xro dashed in, he was the closest besides Ika, so the Earthshaker went directly across instead of this side. Like, you can see it in that picture. The Earthshaker hasn't gone off yet, and Xro is absolutely closer with his gap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when you take the tower, you get a magic vuln, or like some sort of elemental vuln. Yes, so you want, you want the melees.
no,
after
melee should be off the hitbox. We should
Yeah.
be max melee, so you should be on hitbox ideally.
Yeah.
Can you not slide cast your way into the boss's side?
Yeah, 'cause
That's what we're trying to figure out. Like
Right.
we're trying to figure out if there's a way like that is a happy medium, right? That
Yeah.
like in the ideal world, we find you quite literally the perfect spot to stand the entire time, and the boss comes over, he kicks meal, you still don't move, and you are on the boss's hitbox, because that's solvable, right? This mechanic is in such a way, and the floor layout is in such a way that it may be that you stand like right here on this corner, and you are perfect no matter what the setup is, so long as meal goes to his position on that diamond over there, that it works out that we're all perfectly there.
So,
So-
if Mill stands here, Ika, you can be right here, and you shouldn't get knocked back by the
You
kick.
still have to move in, though.
I
It's
mean,
like, if you guys are gap
I mean,
closing
it's
in,
just-
that's outside of max melee, so...
But
Yeah, because
but actually-
close will go to the center of our positions, not the maximum of our melee.
Right.
That actually brings
So-
up a good point. Like, the movement between here and here is very doable for any caster. So, like, this very short movement should be fine. No,
It's-
there's not a picture. We're going to see that right now, actually.
No, there is a picture. Badger
Is there?
posted it in P4S. Like,
Oh,
that
the
is
hitbox.
that is the
Oh, I see
exact
it.
picture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that hitbox. I thought you meant. Okay. I thought you meant the AoE kick. And I was like, I don't have a picture of that.
The AoE
kick
kick
is-
is anything underneath his hitbox.
Oh, it's the size of a hitbox? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Then, yeah. So,
Yeah,
like, if you
the
just-
kick is the size of his hitbox.
Okay. So yeah, if you just take tower, then move over here, right? And you can stand here for tower-ish, or whichever edge
I
you're
mean,
on.
if you want to minimize movement, you can also take the inner tower. I think that'll put you closer to that spot. That's also...
For me, no. I will be standing here, though. Right here. And so, like, I am well aware of what I need to be doing. But the boss should be centered on me where I'm jumping right now.
So based on like what we kind of need to do with the analysis of the shapes and all that, do we just want to go, everyone, like, just big wide movements to make sure that you're in the positions, and then we just kind of try to keep getting better and better about clarifying that? Or I know this affects the casters more than the melees, but I guess that's kind of my question.
I'd like to just go for it, like, in this version where I stand here, Ika and Minku are on the sides, like over here, and then they just move in very slightly here, and then the melee's gap closing back up to max melee. And I'd like to just get that right, to be honest.
Okay.
Right, but you can slide cast at the last half second, or use like an acceleration, unless you don't have accelerations or dual cast available during that phase.
I mean, it also comes down to we're sacking 4 people's DPS so you can get a cast off. So I mean, it's just better for you to move in regardless. Like even if you can't slide cast, it's just for melee uptime. It is absolutely the best choice.
It's two GCDs per melee.
I guess. Do we just want to play with it and
Yeah, I would say play with it.
see what happens?
If you can get an acceleration cast or a swift cast up, like those would be ideal, I think, because that gives you the most amount of time to move. But slide casting is a little bit flexible. Yeah, like if slide casting is, yeah. So okay, so your spot. This is your tower. You stand here. Tower resolves. Knockback resistance. You move here and you stop moving. The entire time.
Are you saying the boss jumped to 2?
He's boss jumped to
Boss
3.
jump to C. Boss jump to 3.
Okay, 3.
You do not need to move up. In this configuration, what you do is you stand here, you move here. I am back here. So by, like, literally by logic, I should be the furthest player by far. And then if you stand there, you shouldn't be hit by the kick, or you shouldn't be chosen. And if we fuck it up, then we have to readjust. I think even if I'm standing back here and you're right there, I'm still the furthest from the boss.
Math checks out.
Yeah.
I think we should try it then. Because I'm pretty sure that if I stand
I mean, the boss is going to be basically where he's at right now, and you were meme is farther.
So I would like to try it and just see what happens. If it turns out Ika's right, then we readjust the strategy. But otherwise, we can, instead of just mapping it, we should just experience it.
As far as Ika's movement, she should just kind of walk a little towards the boss when he's far. That'll absolutely make sure, like, not
like
just like using not an X and Y on this, but like just towards the boss.
If you want to be sure,
make sure.
This is like a guarantee, but in their current setup, this is probably also a guarantee. Like,
well, what I'm saying is don't use this.
Yeah.
Walk towards the boss.
Yeah. Oh, like do this. Yeah.
Because
I see.
this is the distance that matters, not
Yeah,
this.
true. So you don't have to move that far, ideally.
I probably will, but
We draw a circle around, like you're kind of looking here.
I'm going to be sacking a GCD to make sure that I get into the right spot. That's fine.
But this is Ika. This is also where I'm talking about. I want to sit down and draw some circles and do some radii math and all of that, but I don't have the concept in my head right now. But this is something that we could absolutely be like, this is how geometry works. You know, we have some weird thing where you like do this, and all of a sudden you're further away, you're closer. Like there's some kind of principle to it, but we can go ahead and optimize later, I guess. But yeah, you would just walk a little towards the boss. Not so much that. So if we were to say there's a triangle here, we say the width of the boss is here, right? So whatever you do, don't cross the width of the boss, which is about halfway through this line. So don't walk. Yeah, that would be fine. That would be fine right there. You basically just want to kind of walk towards him at that angle, and then be outside the width of him, and you will be the closest person for your spot, and it'll drag it out this way. So does that? I'm gonna do this to make sure that everyone's like. It's all we need, and then we can collect data from it, and then analyze and figure out later.
Where you are in Badger's screenshot is fine.
Yes, you are in a really fine position. I mean, how much movement did you have to do to get to that position? Were you like chicken with a head cut off, or were you like two-step? Okay. I'm doing the thing.
Oh my god, you so. far. Everyone in, tanks out.
Soft spread.
It is
North,
north
south.
south. The red tank healer will break first.
I'm green with Ika. Green with Ika.
North south.
Nope. I got that. That's my bad. Someone
Why
needs
is
to
my
tower.
controller treating?
I tried. I was too slow to take the tower.
Well,
Wait, I need to get tech step out first. Okay.
You could have recovered. No?
maybe.
He starts casting after that impulse.
It would have been kind of spicy. Maybe it was recoverable. Keep him going.
Surprised you caught that fire. I started running like way before the fire even went off.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the timing. Like, I move as soon as the explosion went off, and I
Same.
don't, like... I'm wondering if the check plants it there.
Mm.
Like, it says this is where the tether broke, this is where the fire goes off. Like, I don't know.
North south.
I still think we should sprint the first one.
I think I actually have a solution to it, but I don't think that the tanks and healers are gonna like it.
Doesn't matter if you can't get there.
Okay, what was the... Okay, let's talk about it then. What was the solution?
The explosive groups and the tower groups run opposite directions. So if the fire is here and I'm the tower here, me, when the tower goes off and I've got to run through this, is dangerous. But me, if I go
see.
this, is not. And we could make it so that tower just moves to whatever is needed. They always start at like the start zone and then just move
Counterclockwise.
yeah, counterclockwise, and then the tether groups still do what is established.
So the DPS don't change anything.
DPS and red tank healer don't do anything different.
So that means purple tank healer, if you start at south, you go to east, and if you're red, you go to east.
So let's see. So if we pop and we say it's north-south, you would start at red, you would go west, because that would be the way that you're not crossing through the fire explosion.
If I'm three, wait, so okay, so it's north south.
So
right?
if you're
And I'm
3,
purple.
right? It
I'm
starts
three.
north-south first,
Yes.
right? And you're purple.
Yes.
This is where you start.
Yeah.
You finish at 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
that's
then
you
if
said
you're-
west, which was
Yeah, you said west, and I was like, wait.
I was talking
you
north.
put
I said red,
start, right? Yeah, red.
Yes.
Start. Okay. That makes more sense.
which would be west. So
So, doesn't that make it so that the healers are always south and east then? And then the so basically, so in our current configuration, right, the tanks are always north and east, and the healers flex between south and east and south and west, right?
So if it starts east-west first, then the tank is already at the east, and then the healer is already west because of how we split the tether. So
Right.
then the healer is
Going south then,
west,
right? After
west
forward?
then south. Yes, that is
I see, I
correct.
see. Okay. That's purple healer, right? Which is still
Yep.
southwest. That's fine. Oh, I see where. Okay, so it changes based on what starts, right? I see what
Correct.
you mean.
I'm just
Okay.
waiting for this to result in now the person taking that tower runs into the fire that's on, like they have to run through the fire to get to the next tower, and I'm waiting for them to
Yeah.
catch that fire too now.
That's a
Well, we can,
further distance.
I
Well,
mean, we
no,
can do.
because that fire won't go off before they get to the tower.
Hopefully. Actually, you're about to say something?
No, I was gonna say, why don't we do towers? Always go counterclockwise and tip, and red tether always goes clockwise. But yeah, we ran into the same problem.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where the red tethers are; they're always going to occupy a space near a tower. The issue is that the towers were running into the red tether as it was exploding. So
Yeah.
I'm just maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. But I'm just concerned that now this person will take that red as they're taking the tower.
I mean, I'm down to try. Basically, like, because it happens to me too, where I sprint through and I'm about to hit the, like, I literally run through the fire stack as the animation goes off, and I'm like, wow, I didn't die to that. So,
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. From my recollection, I have never seen a fire go off before the tower goes off.
the first set.
I haven't
set,
seen the
right?
second set go off before the tower goes off.
The first set's the only one I can for sure confirm that the tower goes first, then the fire.
Has anybody seen the fire go before the tower in the second set?
Because
I
the
have-
tower always pops.
I would also say though it is still safer though, right? Because even if they take the fire on the way to the second tower, like they're
The
still
tower
gonna
is
be
still
alive.
solved.
Yeah, it's just one person dies instead of.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try that out then. So basically, all the DPS do the same thing. Tanks and healers, you basically run away from the fire stack in the, what is that, counterclockwise?
Counterclockwise. You just always go counterclockwise.
Okay, we can try
You
that out.
you just go to the first starting position, then you go counterclockwise.
It's fine.
And Minku, you said that works for you. Like that already makes sense to you. I just want to make sure because. I don't know if her brain fizzled out or she just. Okay. But you're on board. It makes sense to you. You go to the first tower and then you just run counterclockwise. Okay.
And then, so sprint timings. Actually, it says sprint first. Are we going to do sprint first or sprint second? This new configuration. Matter?
It's really just a limitation of the fire tethers at that point.
Okay.
So whatever dictates, like whatever sprint would be more helpful with the fire tethers there. That's because towers don't care. They just go when the tower pops.
I mean, just sprint first because it sets the pace for the whole mechanic, and
that
I'm
makes
pretty sure
sense.
it will. I'm pretty sure the sprint will last until the second set of tethers goes out.
Okay.
So
So everyone just sprint first?
And I keep seeing a healer in the northwest.
That would be
based on.
me.
Stop
You
standing
mean
there.
you mean the dark design
Stop standing
pre-position?
there. There's
Okay.
no reason for you to be in the northwest.
Okay, I'll move.
Go,
You're
go
talking
to the
about pre-dark
southeast.
design, right?
Yes, go to the
Yeah, okay.
southeast. There's no
Okay.
reason for you to be in the northwest. It keeps making me panicked.
Okay, I'll move.
Alright, here we go.
Check your feet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. How does the stack choose who has what marker? What do you? Two DPS and a healer. So the pairs are always 2 DPS get green, 1 tank healer will get purple, 2 DPS get red, and 1 tank healer get red.
The
If someone's
stack is
dead before
always,
them,
it's always centered around the person who broke the red tether.
yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, that's what you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always based on who breaks the red tether. Close into the stack. Melee people really can't get like. Red tether positioning dictates everything. So if they can't hit the boss in that phase, that's just the way it be. Because so the tether breaking is what dictates everything about the whole phase.
If
And
you're
the tether-
adjusting for melees, it's going to not work.
There's no optimizing melee for this part of the set. If it were up to me, I'd put all the melee DPS in the towers, so they have to throw fucking talons at the boss.
I don't have any.
Extra can just look at him menacingly.
I do believe the term extra is called throw hands.
Yeah, I just faint right from range.
Alright. Are we good? Are there any more questions?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm starting the countdown. No change for DPS, correct.
Okay, my controller just broke. So.
You have to use your fancy new keyboard.
No. No.
He
Yeah,
just
his
said
controller broke.
We're good. Figured it out. I really need to figure out what Final Fantasy just randomly switches my input.
Do you have another thing plugged in that it could be trying to recognize as a controller?
I think it's trying to recognize it as an audio source, and so it flips it constantly, because I have multiple USB. AoE.
I did my best to get that wings on.
Me standing out in the cold.
Less.
Me pre-positioning.
Yeah, no, everybody's just somewhere else.
Move.
Towers. What's out?
Move. Watch near far. Near, tanks in, everyone else out.
Alright, pre-position. East-west. East-west.
On fire with Ika. Fire with.
Remember, tower buddy, you were going counterclockwise after the first tower.
Why'd they die?
Still got it, yeah.
Were we too
Why did
fast?
everybody else die?
Well, wait, was the fire late, actually?
Was it?
Yeah, our fire did 91k to them. I lived somehow.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that was too fast with Sprite. I think we still had the magic phone when the second.
Okay.
Hmm.
Try again.
What do you mean?
There was a magic vuln from the fire, and the spread happened or basically whether the first fire was late or fast, the time between the two fires was too small.
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
What was it then?
There's a 3-second magic
what
phone
was
down.
it then, Extro?
I'm looking at it.
What was it? What gave it 91k? Did it end too early or what?
Okay, right now.
Looking at a stream.
One of
East-west?
the others time. One of the others time now.
So it didn't resolve, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It wasn't a problem.
So it was too slow.
Yeah.
Move.
Wipe it.
It was less and Minkus Tether that timed out.
Why didn't it kill me?
Were you in the northwest?
Yeah.
I caught it with you guys.
Yeah, you got damage down, both you and Vector.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it's split in such a way that
It caught all 4 of us instead of just 3
yep.
shared.
Alright, here we go. Let's not worry about that anymore.
AoE. East-west. Move.
Towers.
Move. Near, tanks in, everyone else out. Good. Buster.
East-west.
East-west. Break, guess we'll break first.
I'm green with Badger. Green with Badger.
Go.
Too many people.
Far enough. I didn't move far enough either. Our tether didn't break.
We'll just have to start doing like a sharper angle on the way out.
Yeah.
We'll do some analysis on this phase after this. Like,
Okay.
I will do some personal analysis.
Figure out what's a better like movement.
Yeah. Let's watch Suna stream and see what they do.
Got him.
East-west.
Go. Go. Watching your far. Far, everyone in, tanks out.
North,
North, south. Red tank healer will break first.
I'm green with Badger. Green with Badger.
North, south. Look at Badger. Hardcast on Hori. Range crew position. In the hitbox until the king ends. Ow.
I went the wrong way. I killed everybody.
You're not wrong. Were you guys not top off the fire stack?
No, I didn't.
People were in
No,
the right
wait.
spot initially.
I didn't soak. I didn't soak.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Here we go.
got it.
Yep.
Good enough.
I was also not.
I'll keep that.
I was at 31k and I died to a 30k hit, which killed Badger as well.
Got it. AoE. West.
West.
Move. Here far. Here. Tanks in, everyone else out. Help my picture a little. Hitbox. I won't have any back, Tetra.
East west.
East-west. Red DPS will break first.
I'm fire with Badger. Fire with Badger.
East-west.
Oh,
Wall.
It's not recoverable.
Yeah. What happened there? Looks like a bunch of people were south and died, or...
looks like Tether actually didn't pop, and we were missing someone.
Okay.
Everything okay, Yuka?
Trying to figure out what... Badger, by the way, if you're talking, your mic's muted.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh. I went south. I was supposed to go north. I've been green all day
Okay.
and I just kind of reflexed.
No problem.
Alright.
Alright, well, no. Keep going.
Someone say there was a tether that didn't pop? Which one was it?
Hey,
Based
hey,
on the damage, the tank healer one, the
Oh.
tank healer
healer
red.
didn't pop, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
That was late.
Let's go.
Are both red tethers the same duration?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, there we.
So we will validate.
North south. Move. Move. Watching your far. Far, everyone in, tanks out. Buster. East, west. Red DPS will break first.
I'm fire with extra. Fire with extra.
East, west. Red DPS will break first.
Extra, we're going north.
What? Well, how do people die there?
Something with that was red tether again.
There's no way that was timing. I think it was damage. We didn't
Now,
have
Everyone's
Better
stopped
know.
off, right?
It did 120k to Miku, so
yeah.
Yeah, everybody died south and there was both healers there.
A lot of people are pretty close to being topped off. I think I was the lowest, or Mika was lowest with 30.
I mean, everybody was taking a damage.
Yeah.
So
So that was a tether then? By that logic?
it's either the tether is late or we still have the debuff. One of the two. Like, I think it's the
tether
debuff.
time out.
I don't
Tether
think it's the.
Hang on.
Tether time out. Timed out.
Tether timed out.
Yep.
So here's also a consideration. When you sprint, right, and you sprint to the marker, you still have to back up first to make sure your tether changes and then like make sure that resolves, right? You can't just sprint from like D to C and just stand here because that
I
does not
died out
guarantee your
here.
tether break. You died out there, right? But your tether
Yep.
didn't break.
Give me a second.
yeah, because the tether didn't break technically.
Yeah, I think it looks like the tether timed out.
Sprinted, started moving as soon as the circle AoEs went off, and tether still didn't break in time. And I died out here, so I went further than we normally do.
The tether is like a 2-person thing, right? So even if you go far out, it's no guarantee that the other person went out far enough.
Mm-hmm. Ah, yes, Ika.
What about Ika?
Who had red tether from the tanks and healers?
I did.
It would be
Lust
Miku and Lutz.
and Minku had red
Minku.
tether.
I didn't.
Bro, their tether has 11 seconds. DPS has 15.
Really?
Okay.
What were we oh, maybe it
I
was the
guess the thing
debuff
that we looked at
timers.
earlier was wrong.
Debuff timers we might have been looking at, and then we misinterpreted it.
True.
Okay, so knowing that they're different timers, does that change anything for us?
It does. It changes who has to pop first, so it could be an east-west versus a north-south. Which either way, that throws the DPS tether off because they might have to do a north-south pop.
South. Okay.
So DPS need to have a designation for north-south. Which DPS are going north, Origami and Ika? With a flex
Yeah.
on Extra and Origami?
Yeah, same
Yeah.
as before.
Okay,
So wait, so the healer tank being shorter means that they are the ones that have to resolve
First.
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 but
Right,
we also don't know if that's like always healer tank or shorter, or if it's
Okay.
randomized.
So
Let me
let's
check the
eclipse them.
logs. So 12 seconds is purple, correct?
Yes, I'm pretty sure 12 seconds is purple.
That might not actually be purple.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well,
Who has that attached? Does that attach to anyone?
In the most recent run, 12 seconds was Minku and Lest. 11 seconds was me. Oh, so it's 12
So
seconds
only
is the
12
red.
seconds is red, yeah, because
Yeah, 12 and 16 are red.
so
And it
12
looks
and
like
16.
that's the case for all of our logs.
Okay, so let me see something really quick.
Yeah, because there's only one person with 11 seconds. Yeah, makes sense.
Hold on 1 second here. Let me look at the logs. I want to check something.
The DPS red tether I have is 16 seconds.
Yeah, it's 16 seconds on all of them for DPS and 12 for
Okay,
tank.
so then tanks and healer always pop first then.
Yes.
Okay, so that hit everything.
Oh
So
my god.
green DPS
That's
can
right.
stay the same, right?
Yep.
Green DPS can stay the same. We need an allocation for north-south red DPS, which we've talked about already.
Right, and then
And then east-west tanks healers will just be what we already do. I think we just send the tanks and healers to their normal locations.
yeah, so it's just red DPS that need to adjust. Really.
Okay, so let me clarify this. Green DPS are the same. So order of mechanics is purples, tank healer red, DPS red, and then green stays, right?
Yep.
Green doesn't break.
Correct.
Okay. So purple's out, same thing as before, right? Tank healer red, so tanks are always north and east, and healers are always south and west. Yeah. Okay. Tank red always northeast, healer red always southwest. Okay, so that breaks that. Then DPS red, Ika Ori north, right? Is that what I heard? Ika Ori north, Badger Extro south. Well, I guess it's
Ori
they're
extra.
north
Yes,
and east.
Badger Extra southwest. Or no,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
Badger Extra south. Because they can still do what they already do for east-west.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so because when I put this on like a slideshow, I want to be sure everyone knows. Oh, make sure you move. I want to make sure like I have all the information. So if it's
Ika
north south,
Ika Extra are always east.
uh-huh.
Ika Origami are always north.
Okay.
Extra Badger are always west. And Extra Badger are always south. Ori Badger are always west, with Extra and Origami alternating as necessary.
Okay, so that brings it out basically that Ika and Ori are northeast, Badger and Extra are southwest, and Extra and Ori flex. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And then
green doesn't.
When do we
DPS
flex?
reds are the same. Reds always go north or east for DPS for the heal.
Okay.
When do we flex? When it's
You
me
flex
and
when
Or
it's
the
Ori
you
reds.
and
red.
Ori.
So you flex when. So you flex.
It's me and when it's me and Badger red.
Yep.
This adds another.
Okay.
This adds another. Let's see.
Well, it depends on the configuration with the way we're describing it. You would flex in
It's
east
another
and west
permutation.
if Ika is red, and you would flex north and south if Badger is red.
It depends on what because we've now discovered it's not the same debuff, right? It's a different debuff, which means it's another permutation. So,
I mean, I think to keep it simple, we do extra Ika north and east, and me and Badger south and west, and then that way we only have to know,
I mean,
if
that
we
would
need
be
to
the
swap.
same as we've been doing, right? Except that
Okay.
now we
Yeah.
Except
That's
that now
fine.
DPS can break DPS on north-south. That's all.
Correct.
Okay, so Eco Extra Northeast Badger Ori Southwest Green doesn't change.
Correct.
And then Ori Extra Flicks, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
I will try and call out DPS red. Yeah, we'll
figure it
see
out.
if that works.
I was gonna say, I think you calling out what you call out is enough
good enough, I
already.
think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
'Cause we-
because you identifying that you're green with someone means that the other two people are red.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want you to have to do an extra processing step, right? Like,
Okay.
I mean, I'll still
Okay.
try and call out like if where reds are gonna go or who's breaking first, right?
Okay.
Tanks and healers are always breaking.
tanks and
first.
healers are always breaking first, so we don't have to worry about
As far
that.
as
Oh,
as
true,
far as
true.
we know.
Yeah. True. Never mind.
Alright. So let's just run the slot out. Get the practice in, because we're
Yeah,
changing a
just-
lot.
Chimpong. Gotta relearn.
It implies that I knew anything.
It's gonna take a while.
I've been touched.
Yeah, I was eating food.
You might need the second one. I don't remember how much the second
I already did. I already second wind and curing waltzed. We'll be fine. Yeah, we're 100% okay.
East west.
East West. Move.
Towers.
Move. Watching your far. Far, everyone in, tanks out. Buster.
Purple snap, then tank healer goes first. East west. East west.
East West. Red tank healer will take first.
On fire with Badger. I would be going with
South.
Badger would be south.
East West.
Nope.
DPS should have come over to the east.
Yeah, Badger.
Oh, I went west.
Reds are yeah.
Yep, sorry, I went.
Let's go.
Damn
Yeah,
you!
Keep going.
Yeah, DPS is no longer a directional based, it is a timing based.
Alright. Keep going.
But it's still based on tethers, right? Like
Yeah.
tethers.
Yes.
Listen, cancel. Have to fight.
Jack all over.
Where's the panicked extra screams?
No more screams, only depression.
Let's go.
Screams up.
Let's go.
Another AoE incoming. North south.
So,
Move. Move. Far. Everyone in, tanks out. Cluster. East west. Sorry, north. Yeah, east west.
East west. It is east west.
East west. Red tank healer will break
I'm
first.
fire with Badger. I'm going north. Badger goes south. Badger, we are going east at the start.
Move. Move. Move in.
I want to live. Yes, I live.
It makes sense.
Sucks.
Is that why always is was a fucking disaster?
Yeah, we'll worry about that later.
Yeah. Focus on 3. Ready for pre-position. In the hitbox until the kick is in. Move out.
Oh, I got hit by the kick. Okay.
Knock back, knock back.
Oh, I forgot about it. I fucking did. Well,
Well.
everybody else is dead, so that's okay.
Fine.
Okay, so that 5 south thing. Wow.
Yeah, Les, how far do you want me to move? Because you're the one who's got to run through. How
I can run
close-
through. I can teleport to Vector.
So
I
like,
can
Okay.
be.
I mean, whatever. I was just trying to pre-position. I just stepped too far forward. Just do whatever you always do.
okay,
Okay, and that 5 south thing during Act 2, what was that about?
that was probably the healer didn't go north. Because now with the healer and tank popping on east-west, the healer needs to go north.
Red healer, yeah.
Red healer. Okay. So purple.
Healer,
okay.
the red healer after the tether pops has to go north. Because green is going to stay southwest, which is those two. And then the DPS are going to pop their tether, which would be north-south, which puts 3 DPS in that stack.
I did go north.
Yeah.
It does go north.
There were
Okay,
2 of us.
so let's do math real quick. So 1, 2 from the green tether being southwest. Yeah, okay, got it.
So the healer red pair will always end up resolving north or east.
Yes. Wait.
Right, because after the first break, regardless of direction, the tank and healer will both end up.
Oh, you're saying the second resolution, not
Yes, the second
okay,
resolution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was really confused for a second. Okay, got it. Okay. So if it's north-south,
We still do tank healer go east. Mingo, if I had a simpler way, believe me, I would offer it.
What's the box strat?
I don't know.
Maybe good way to look at it.
I'll look at it.
It's posted actually.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
you're
that
right.
toolbox that's posted. And
One where I thought it was better than that, but it turns out it's retarded. Right.
The thing about the mechanic is it's designed in such a way that there's not really a like pug strat that's going to optimize it without just like sacking DPS. And by sacking DPS, I mean getting people damage down and shit.
We already do that.
Yeah, I brought my own.
You know. East west. here, tanks in, everyone else out. Everyone in, Asylum down. Buster.
East-west.
East-west. Red tank healer, regular.
And fire with Badger. Fire with Badger. North, Badger goes south. East.
East-west.
Okay. We made it. It's fine. Too far. Alright, we're good.
Move in.
That's much easier.
Here for you.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna get red. This is too hard.
Range will pre-position east.
You want me to go across? Left?
Do it the same. Do it the same as
No,
well.
yeah, just be normal.
Yeah.
Be in the hitbox until the end of the cast. Range move out. Knockback resistance.
My bad.
Can I give Niku?
I thought I could cast both towers.
Yes, you did.
I jumped and was trying to get my knockback in and didn't get in the right spot. Sorry about that.
Okay. As long as you know the problem, that's all that matters. No.
No, they don't.
Towers 2 pop, then Earthshakers 2. So it'll be Towers 2, then like 2 GCDs, then Earthshakers 2.
Yeah, there's like a 3-second difference. Victor was dead, so we didn't soak a tower.
Yeah, tower aftershock.
Actually,
Because I'm bad.
check my damage downs and death. See how long that time.
You guys ready to pull? We got 15 minutes left. I just want to go ahead and
Go, go, go.
is anybody, Mila, are you taking notes at all? I know that sometimes you'll type notes
do.
down. Okay.
Yes.
This rest we'll look at later.
It was mostly on Act 2 stuff, so you need to take notes.
No,
on
no,
it.
that's fine. We're good.
You wanted me to get you other perspectives of Act 3, right?
I just want you to like have when you're in the tower. I just want to see what like an overhead of what you're looking at, so that way, yeah, so I can get a view of like what their effective spacing is. Thanks. But we gotta make it there first, so.
Too bad.
Hey, Lou. Sorry, that's
I was late on that one.
east-west. Move. Move. Watch the near farm.
Did someone
Here,
rescue me,
take
or did I TP randomly?
Move into the hitbox.
East-west.
East-west. Red tank healer breaks first.
I'm fire with Ika. Fire with Ika. Just going north, going south, starting east.
Go. Look at her. Range pre-position east. Stay inside until the cast ends. Move out, knockback resistance. Move. Back up here, right?
Yep.
Hey, nice. Near
Near
fars
far,
next,
near
near
far.
fars. Near tanks in, everyone else out.
I'm just going out.
Yeah. Heart stake?
Oh,
I don't know what this does.
okay, I just wanted to be second ever. Sorry. I'll turn on my
There's a
stance.
Spread out, spread out.
Hard to say.
Okay, taking the first one.
Damage. Damage.
Bleed. Oh. Oh,
Oh.
I see. So it targets second entity.
He has a blade.
Oh. Okay, that's fine. You can look for that.
4 towers.
4 towers, 4
Rodians, I
explosions.
guess. Rodians, I guess.
Yeah, clock
Yeah.
spots. The clock spots fix north.
I'm gonna go north as soon as I get them centered.
Just clock spots true north and we'll be okay. Okay, this is the mechanic that tethers. Okay.
Purple.
1 blue, 4 purples, 4 blues. Look at D-Boss. I have about 40 seconds on mine.
Yeah, same.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I see.
Okay,
I
so
didn't-
that's
I
probably a
never
resolve
looked
in
past
timer
that,
order.
so.
Resolve in timer order. Okay, that's good. Let's just keep going. Let's worry about Act 4 later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep cleaning it back 2 and 3. Four in. Okay. East-west. Go. Go. Watch near far. Far, everyone in, tanks out. Just side them in the hitbox. Buster, big buster.
So
North south. Red tank healer breaks first.
I'm fire with extra, fire with extra, extra. North first, go east.
I walked too far. That's my bad.
Oh.
Ah!
Sorry.
This configuration I was supposed to go east, wasn't I?
Did you run
Yeah,
into the
you were
wall?
supposed to keep running.
Yeah.
Just run
Yeah,
counterclockwise as the tower person.
Ori, and then I would go east, right? And you would go
Correct.
west? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Alright, keep going.
Got it.
I had a feeling that you might go to the wrong tower anyway, so
Oh, thank you. Really bailed me out there, huh?
you're welcome, bud.
He died so we could pull one more time.
Oh, we have like 5 more pulls with this timer, bro. Too fucking
We could hit 8 shitty pulls. Part 1 prog, let's go.
We could have 16 really shitty pulls.
You got it. No countdowns. Let's go.
North south.
I don't know what we're having down here.
North south.
Who's dead? We're all dead.
I'm the best!
30 pulls, let's go.
R.
This is as far as the neuron stretches.
It's the distance of the tethers.
It only goes the green tether length.
Here we. North south.
North south.
Watching your far, everyone in, tanks out.
East west.
West. Red tank and healer will break first.
Air with Ika.
East west. Go.
I go south.
Move in.
No dead.
Range of position west. In the hitbox until the kick. Out. Knockback resistance.
Side.
Sorry, Ika.
No, Neil got it. Okay.
Oh,
I was
okay.
getting ready. Yeah.
I was gonna do it.
Everybody was ready to try to adjust.
Yeah, it's fine. Far. Everyone in, tanks out. Everyone in, tanks out.
Can you hold that jump at all?
I probably can. It's I gotta look back at it and analyze it a little bit.
Watch the
Just
bleed.
handle this normally. Just keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I didn't put stance on, so keep doing your thing.
Towers on cardinals.
Explosions.
Oh, familiar.
AoE's on inner cardinals. Go to your clock spots.
Don't break the doors, I guess.
Yeah. Just
Don't
keep
break
an eye on your
the-
Wait,
timers.
where are we
Break
going?
Clock spots.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Well, it's a nice attempt. Take a look at your timers. Or write them down. Don't skip them. Timers.
Write that down.
I
write
got
that down.
you. So
I don't see any.
That timer, sorry.
Oh, wow.
36. 36.
I had 35.
So two about the same.
Also started. I was a purple 36. as
Break
well.
one. Break one. Break. Mingle. Break. Okay, that was AoE around.
That's fine. Alright, let's get one more pull in. I think we have enough time, yeah?
We could do Act 2.
Just for Act 2.
Yeah,
Can do Act 2.
Act 2, that's fine. AoE. North,
South.
south. Move. Move. Here, tanks in, everyone else out. Asylum down.
Purple goes counterclockwise, just always. I was late.
I'll get him.
Provoke.
Get up in time.
North south first.
Fire with Ika. Fire with Ika.
North, south.
Didn't work.
We're toast. I go where I want.
It's north south. It's north south.
Hello.
I got him.
Alright. That's fine.
Accurate final pull there.
Yeah, sorry guys.
You're good.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll go ahead and take a look at the data, like not right now,
Okay.
but I'll do it a little later, like tomorrow or something, and just kind of look at what we can do for positioning Ika, and figuring out if there's a better